What up, guys? Week 4 started off with us in the box in front of a door. The gun could be loaded but nothing in the chamber, which means you could have your magazine in but nothing in the chamber. And then you had to go through the door. After you broke the threshold of the door, you could charge your gun, which was kind of a cool little thing. But I just kind of wanted to make a quick video on the 4 of us shooting rifle, 22 rifle, and how we went through the door. So I'm just going to run the video. It's going to go from the beep to our first shot on the other side of the door, and then we'll go back and talk about it a little bit. So there you can see all of us, this was our best run actually of 2 runs. Me and Shane both forgot to charge the gun before we tried to take our first shot on our other runs, but this run was pretty good. But you could see that Shane was about a second slower than the rest of us. There was a little bit of a progression there, but it kind of starts off, in my opinion, with our stances, really. So if you kind of look at it, I'm in the bottom right-hand corner there, and I'm all the way up in the front corner of the box. My foot's actually on the box itself, and I'm the closest one to the door, physically closest to the door. Honestly, the only thing I think I did wrong was I'm looking at my gun instead of looking at the doorknob where my hand is going to go. Upper left corner is John. John is also in a pretty good position, all the way up in the front of the box. He's kind of crouched forward and he's ready to take that first step. I think he could have been crouched forward just a little bit more, but I mean, it's a pretty good stance. Below him is Daniel. Daniel could have been closer, and he's very upright. Where Shane, who ended up being last to take his first shot, is kind of in the back of it. He's, his stance isn't that bad. He's kind of leaning forward, but he's all the way in the back. And if we roll forward a little bit, you'll see that his first step is actually inside the box. He moves that other leg forward before he kind of comes out of the box, and then he's got to take a whole step before he ever gets to the handle, where everybody else is just kind of leaning forward. Daniel's really got to reach for it to get that first step, and it ended up costing them. It cost him a second, cost Daniel about half a second. So in the future, or if you come across this, there's no rule that says you can't crouch the front of that box when you have to breach something or go through an obstacle. So do yourself a favor and just kind of crowd that box a little bit. Of course, I stopped the video right there because shortly after this, my gun starts to jam and I do horribly. But as far as going through a door, I was all right.